Former interim lightweight championship challenger Kevin Lee makes a return and re-signs with the UFC. A year after being released, Kevin Lee has rejoined the UFC under a new deal. The contract was finalized during a meeting with Hunter Campbell and UFC President Dana White. Following the posting of a picture with UFC executives on social media this past weekend, Kevin Lee pointed to a new beginning with the organization. Lee also agreed to work with veteran manager Ali Abdelaziz, who has a reputation in the sport for mending fences between displeased fighters and UFC management. MMA analyst and former champion Michael Bisping has given his prediction for the highly anticipated fight between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. According to Bisping, each fighter has their own special strengths. Conor is recognized for his striking power and ability to end a fight quickly, but he also tends to wear out in the later rounds. On the other hand, Bisping praised Chandler's grappling skills and athleticism, making this fight even more exciting. Here is what Bisping said about the fight on his YouTube channel. Check out the full video of Bisping, link in the description below.
Who do I think wins? There is a potential that McGregor lights him up. There's a potential that McGregor lands that left hand and knocks him out. Could you imagine? The world would lose its mind. The king is back. I'm not surprised. All that type of stuff. But I don't know if he will. I don't know if he's got the timing. I don't know if the power is still there anymore. You know, at 145, McGregor was blitzing everybody. Of course, at 155, when he won the belt over Eddie Alvarez, one of the best performances of his career. But 2016 was a long time ago. 7 years ago. A lot has changed since then. Dustin Poirier was able to take his best shots. Michael Chandler was able to take the best shots of Dustin Poirier as well. So I don't think a one-punch knockout is necessarily on the cards. I think an absolute war, back and forth, to use a cliched term that I hate saying, rock'em sock'em robots. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a war. We're going to see a fight. And if McGregor doesn't get it done, will it be the last time we see him in the octagon? Potentially. If McGregor gets it done, will we see him fighting for the belt next? That is a given. That is 100%. Just prepare yourself mentally for that. And regardless of whatever you think, he's the biggest star in the sport. He's a former two-weight division champion, and he's a person that people want to see fight. So if he goes out there and he beats Michael Chandler, who's one of the top-ranked lightweights on the planet, and he does it in exciting fashion, I'll be honest, I'd have no problem with him fighting for the belt. But McGregor versus Chandler, I'm excited. Take my money already. The season of The Ultimate Fighter will be phenomenal, but the fight will be the true icing on the cake. And there it is. Everyone wondered, was it going to be the trilogy with Nate Diaz? Was it going to be Tony Ferguson? You know, no. Michael Chandler.
Former UFC middleweight champion Chris Wiedman is returning to the sport after nearly 2 years away. During his fight with Uriah Hall at UFC 261, the athlete suffered a serious leg injury. Despite the setback, Wiedman said in January that he would make a comeback in March and wrestle Owen Livesey. The former champion admitted that his leg is still not totally recovered during an interview with Ariel Helwani on Monday, and he sees grappling as a method to gradually come back into competition. Wiedman has been working hard in the gym and getting ready for his upcoming match with the goal of returning to the UFC this summer. But because my leg is still kind of healing, there are still some things stand-up-wise that I'm still dealing with, some issues with pain, and I was offered this Polaris grappling match. So I went, you know what, this might be a good opportunity to get into a competition, get used to competing again, and not just come in with complete ring rust in my next fight when I come back to the UFC. I just thought it was great timing. Somewhere in June I'm going to wait until after this grappling match. Get that win, focus on that, and then after that I'm going to hit up the UFC and figure it out. I still have stuff I have to figure out in my leg. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.